Okay.
But we're live. Yeah, we are live, everybody, and it is Halloween week 2025, and we're kicking it off with an I mean, fucking old. This is going to be like 100 years old soon in several years. The original Dracula by Tod Browning from 1931. I'm here with Patrick, part of the Midnight Society, and we are missing, unfortunately, our bat. To complete the Midnight Society. He has to work, but the bat was going to join if he wasn't. So he's here in spirit. Yes, that's right. We got 2/3. He would have completed it, but he's here in spirit. He's going to try to stop by in the chat.
But do bats have spirits? I mean, he is the living undead.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Actually, that is a very good question that we have to get an answer at. Out of Al sometime soon. We got to ask him. Do you have a soul? Since you are a vampire,
you
have
a soul.
You have that soul inside of you.
What was it like living in a castle, Al?
Yeah, tell us about your tales of woe.
From back in your day. Did you get seasick when you were on the Dementor?
Yeah. Well, it's one of those days that, like, watch Al pop into the chat in a second. Like, yeah, I heard all that shit. We love you.
Well, Al. You know that I would not
you were privileged though with that bat ability in that mansion. You lived a privilege.
I'm actually looking at your background because I want to see if there's any bats that behind it. Because when we did the guest. When we did the guest. You had your background did have bats.
Oh yeah, it's a different one. Yeah, that one did have it. Yeah, it's like because when I made these logos and shit, when I updated them with actually I used ChatGPT or Grok, one or the other. The only like real AI I ever use is just for plot synopsises or for like the logos when I did these, and it spat out like 10 of them. So I just like reserved all 10 and then I'll just use some for different things. Kind of like how they gave me still the free background on the screen here above me. That background's not supposed to be there unless you pay. And I did for a month, like months ago. And then once it ended, the background just stayed instead of going back. So I said, all right, I'll take the win.
They're trying to get you to come back. Well, exactly. Speaking of
what's up, Anthony?
So there I was last night, tossing and turning, fighting insomnia. Then I get a ping on my phone in the middle of the night, and it's Eric from Internet. It's Eric. And he says, "Hey man, I think you're back, man. I just sent you some messages." And I'm going like, because my Facebook account got all warped out, and so I said, okay. So I got up, I looked, and sure enough, it's back. My original account is back. We have no idea what happened.
That's weird.
No explanation, no nothing. Just like
that's strange. But I've been reading that people like I get like random notifications on Reddit, which I never really go on anymore, but I'll have the notification pop up, and some of it's from like social media platform Reddits and stuff, and I see it all the time, like Instagram accounts getting deleted for no reason, or like the AI catching something and saying we can't put your account out anymore, and all this weird shit that like people are complaining about. So I don't know what's been going on that platform lately, but there is something weird going on. It's not just you. It definitely is something going on. I mean, someone could have just hacked it too. I mean, it could have been that.
Well, if they could have hacked it, they would have changed the password, and I could have.
That makes sense. So,
I'm still going to change it. Actually.
It seems like it could be part of all that then, because all the platforms are suffering right now because they're all relying on AI and shit to detect, any copyright for one thing, but like any type of thing that violates community guidelines, and they'll pick up a bunch of shit that doesn't break any rules, and it just gets flagged as something, and people have had shit deleted and stuff over that, because they're implementing the AI so fast. And I mean, it's been around for a few years now, but it's getting faster and faster every fucking second. And it's
they're building.
You can't talk to a real person.
No, I guess YouTube, if you have a certain amount of followers, you can get a hold of a live person.
Exactly.
But as far as AI goes, yes, it's all AI, and for Meta does all AI.
Yeah, it's all handled by that. All the checks and the balances and all that. It's all done by an AI system, which unfortunately is not correct all the time. And a lot of the times it's
No.
not.
Well, I mean, we're starting to
people
see
get
this
flagged
now
all
over
the time for
here
weird
too,
stuff.
though. Some YouTuber I saw yesterday, he was saying
Thank you,
how
man.
he's saying how he has a account, and he got a message from YouTube saying that he's going to lose his secondary account. He
That's
suspended
crazy.
it. He tried to appeal it, and he says no. And he says, "Oh, any other account tied to it, it's going to go as well." And this guy has 250,000 subscribers and a very active
That's
channel,
crazy.
and so he put out a video saying, I might not be here tomorrow. I was gonna go check on it later on, see if he still survived. Yeah,
Hopefully.
it's getting
That's
really
Yeah, that's why I think of it now like all of this can end at any moment like on any of these platforms.
yeah.
So that's another reason why I'm branching out and trying to build it on TikTok and on other things, because at least some platform survives. You know what I mean? At the end, so if something happens on one, God forbid, sometime, there's one, you can always rebuild, and two, at least it's a lot of stuff survives on backup and on other platforms. But what's up, Synth? How you doing, man? Happy Friday to you as well.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Tomorrow's Happy Saturday. I guess today today could be Happy Saturday.
That works.
Or instead of calling it the Spooktacular, we can call it the Batacular for Halloween. I mean,
Yeah, the Batacular sounds good. I
the
like
Bat-Cactacular, the Cat-tacular, the Nat-tacular.
because yeah, this movie that we're going to be watching in a few minutes here is this is one I haven't seen in like forever. I've said so many times on the channel, I'm not a huge Universal monster movie fan, and despite them being classic films like this one and The Wolfman.
How does that work out? Hold on, we're going deep.
We're going deep
of the net.
Okay, let's go in the net's
All
mind.
right. So how does that work? Because you are like a huge proponent of you're a huge proponent of classic film. I mean, 70s, 80s, 90s. I mean, you love to live in that era. I keep on trying to drive.
Not even just film wise, music wise as well, and a lot of art actually. So you're right
I'm always sitting there going, come on up, to now, come up here, come up to our world. And then I found out how strange it was when because you offered me Alien, and they offered me Dracula, and I said, there's just no way I'm going to pass up on a chance talking about Dracula. And I thought for sure you'd be sitting there going, oh yeah. And then all of a sudden, I was just like, I'm not really big into the old Universal monsters. I'm like, oh my God, I thought you'd be living there. I thought that's why you picked it, because you like the Universal monsters. That's why I thought
I had it all. Most of these picks for the week were voted. I put up as polls, and I thought it would be interesting to see which one would win. And I put up Frankenstein against Dracula, the original Frankenstein and the original Dracula.
Right.
And because they are classic films, one, and they are two, great around the Halloween time. Yeah, they just have that, just the black and white alone, being a black and white old horror film. They have this spooky Halloween vibe to them, which is why they play them often and stuff, marathons and TV and stuff during the holiday. But I wanted to see who would win, and I thought it would be much more of a fight. And it wasn't.
No,
it was a blowout by Dracula. It was like 80%.
I did the same
thing.
Was it
when you did this, Paul?
I put four up. I put two older monsters, and then I put two modern ones. It was a blowout.
Yeah,
everybody was
right?
Yeah, I was like, okay, I guess I'm going 31 Dracula, and of course, what's really weird about this too is I go ahead,
hey, Professor.
But then I've been watching some YouTube, and I figured out some of the things I'm doing wrong in terms of my content, because I'm coming out there going like, how is it that we had like 30 people vote on this, and I can't get past 30 on views. But now I learned some things from watching YouTube. Now I know some of the mistakes I've been making, but I still have it. It's on my Dollar Theater voters edition list. I have it out there. I actually did pretty good. I did a 16-minute review, and I was like, "This is great," and I was super happy because I ran across this collection here at the library twice. The first time, JT, I got it, it looked like it looked like Freddie had played it with his nails. So then a few months later, being the budget baller that I am, I'm back at the library, and I found another one of these. And I was so tickled, going like, hell, yes, not the big one. This is the smallest one. This is just they did it three ways. They did it with the individual monsters, Dracula, Invisible Man. Then they did a 15 movie pack, and then they did the whole. Yeah, I think then they did the whole kit and caboodle, which was 37 movies. They did that as well. But yeah, I was tickled to get this.
Yeah, the last time I saw this movie, I don't even know. It's got to be at least a decade, if not more. Like probably more than that, actually, unless it randomly came on, and I don't remember. But like sitting down and watching it. Same with Nosferatu. When I rewatched the original, when I uploaded it as a public domain, that was the first time I saw that in like 15 years. So it's interesting going back and watching these old ones.
This is very interesting. This is a very interesting movie. There's some tragedy involved in it, of course, as you go into the background of it. But this movie here, for sure, at least to me anyway, when I think of horror movies, this truly is the starter for me. I mean, if you go back and say, what's the very first horror movie? I'm going to say 31 Dracula. Everything else followed after 31 Dracula.
I mean, it was such a big movie and story. I mean, the original novel by Stoker. I mean, it's such an original story. It's nothing that anything really that ever existed before that. And it made me wonder this before I even hopped on here. We were talking backstage. I was wondering, and you know how you think of like how in the past, like our ancestors and like ancient civilizations, they write down things and it seems like legend or myth, and then it makes you wonder. I wonder if that was real back then. And then it made me start going down this rabbit hole, wondering, like, I wonder if Stoker was like writing about like shit that actually was going on like back then, and legends and stuff, and vampires were real, or if it's really, you don't know. Like, it wouldn't shock me if vampires.
We know certain characters are. We know Jack the Ripper existed. We know Vlad, who was actually
the Impaler.
Yeah, he existed.
Yep.
I mean, there are certain people in life that we have, we transformed and brought with us, to our times now. I mean, so yeah, I think there's a lot of there's like Jekyll and Hyde. I believe,
Jekyll and Hyde.
Just think about it. Really, if you really think about it, all he really was, if you take away the formula, he was probably just schizophrenic.
Could be.
Or split personality.
Yeah, so, something in that realm. I know. Yeah. Crazy. Professor, glad you're here, man. And the Spanish version's a little more dynamic in its filming, although I think I've seen this one many more times because the damn sexy redhead. I do remember her. I don't think I've ever seen the Spanish version. I definitely haven't. I know. I
actually do have on my.
Is it on there?
Collection here. I have it. I have the Spanish
collection.
I have
on there.
Cool. Yeah. Yep.
If you don't believe in vampires, you've never met my ex. Then I guess vampires are real. I rest my case.
Well, of course, we knew that vampires being real because we hang out with one, so we know that's for sure. I think Al's got one good thing. He's got one good thing going for him. He's got that blade gene in the fact that he can walk during the day. So there's that for him. Yeah,
and that's right. Professor pointed out Carmilla, the novel that did come before Stoker's Dracula. I never read that.
And another good thing,
I know of it.
Well, we have to keep talking. If we're gonna talk, we're gonna keep praising Dracula because without Dracula, probably the ultimate 60s screen queen. I know some people hate Janet Leigh. You could have Janet Leigh. You
I
could
guess
have her.
Barbara Steele is one of my picks for that decade.
You could take Barbara Steele too. You could take her. You could take Ingrid Stevens. You could. I'm just
That's
gonna be
another
happy
one.
with Ingrid Pitt. I'll be happy with
I
that.
knew you would say Ingrid Pitt. That's another great one.
That
What a woman.
Al. I never heard of her until I saw Al's documentary, and then I'm going like, how the hell did I ever miss her?
Yeah, that's right. He did one. He did a little.
Yeah.
One of his character dives on her. That was.
I was sitting there watching it
Ingrid
because I was
Pitt's
wondering.
great.
I'm watching. I was wondering like, why is his voice like stammering? Like she awful.
That's funny. That was one of the first ones he did, I think. Al did.
See, even
That
the
was one of the
professor,
first
the
documentaries he did.
professor spun his mask in a 360. Says Ingrid Pitt. Me likely some vampy
Yeah.
Ingrid. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
And
would
since
definitely still put Barbara Steele for me would be my pick, I think, since she did a lot of stuff in the 60s. But yeah, Ingrid Pitt, I mean, yeah, I like
we just got to put this together now. We talked about it, but we have to put this together for December or November. But we are going to come back and bring back Clash of the Titans, and I gave one to JT, and we got something up our sleeves for you guys in November. That should be a lot of fun.
That's it's a good idea for sure. So we gotta plan that and talk about that more. Are you ready to start this? Anyone who wants to start, who wants to watch and chat, feel free, or ask for a I forgot to grab the link on Look Movie for anyone, but it's fucking Dracula. You can find it anywhere, literally online. So you don't need me to put the link.
Yeah, let me put the one I got. I got the colorized version.
If you want to do that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw that
in the Internet Archive here. So this is where I'm watching it at right here. I don't believe it has any commercials or anything. So you are, So
you're lucky Pat's here because it's not My Point Stands. It's Dracula. You can't find it online. That you're not living in the modern age.
Yeah, it's not copyrighted though. It's only being shown on Amazon and Prime right now. It's not being shown.
I'm watching it on Prime.
I was sitting there going like, yeah, I could just go on YouTube and bring it up, but no, there no copyrighted. So there's that.
Look Movie will have it too. Look Movie has everything. Lookmovie.com.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm gonna do a 3, 2, 1 on go, and then we'll start on go. So 3, 2, 1, go. It's always the funniest shit when it starts and you get the FBI warning, anti-piracy warning on any movie. I always laugh when it starts, especially like if I'm doing a video and I'm using clips or something. It's the first thing you start the movie. It just says warning you.
You know what you're talking about the music? That's Swan Lake.
Yeah. What is that? The name of the piece? Because I'm saying the original piece was by, I think it's Tchaikovsky.
Yeah, Swan Lake. It's not Flight of the Bumblebee. Sorry.
No, it's not Flight of the Bumblebee. That one's still. That's Flight of the Bumblebee.
Now, can anybody hear?
My version vocally? Let me see if I can hear yours. No.
Okay.
No, I don't hear it at all.
Okay.
Do you hear it on my end at all?
No.
All right, yeah. All I do is I put the volume on my sound bar up to the first level, and that's it. And that's usually good enough to not get, to be good and not pick anything up. Especially, actually, I don't want to put my air conditioner on. It's kind of chilly, actually. But when I put my AC on too, that doesn't really get picked up either.
The one cool thing about this version of the Internet Archive was it's colorized, so that's cool. Though I would prefer to watch it in black and white, but it's cool that there is a color version of this.
Yeah, they colorized it a few years later. They did that with a lot of movies once color was a thing.
I don't think it was colorized until years and years later when they were doing the colorization, and people weren't really happy
especially
about that.
Yeah, like in the early days, like when before like color films, remember like when the first type of color came out, when it was just like the yellow or green. I forget the name of the for like the the photography or technology for it, but it was just like Nosferatu. Think of like the colored version of that, where it's just like a background, one color background, and then it changes throughout the movie. Almost like lenses, like a yellow lens, a green lens, but it's not. It's like an overlay over the movie. I can't think of the. And anyone know what the fuck I'm talking about? Somebody let me know in the comments. I can't think of the process for it, like the name of what it's called when they colorized films back then. It was a lot of like silent movies.
I was actually trying to answer the professor's question. He put
yeah.
he
I
put
just want to go back.
yeah, it's just since I said of these three, I say Lugosi, Lee, and Lugosi 1A, Lee is 1B. They're both fantastic. Yes. But
now I'm just determined to figure out the name of
that. You know what? I really liked gosh, as far as vampire best Dracula, man, I really like because of the energy he put into it, even though he only got one shot at it, man. But I really like Richard Roxburgh in Van Helsing. I thought he played a great Dracula.
Oh, the color tinting. Color tinting. That's the term I was looking for. Color tinting, when they would color tint the old black and white silent movies like Nosferatu, and they would just have like one color at a time on the screen. I couldn't get past it. I had to look it up. But if I had to pick, I like, again, I don't have a huge connection to Dracula and the vampire movies, but I love Gary Oldman to death.
Yeah.
And I think that man is one of the greatest actors of his generation. And I recently rewatched Dracula last year, that version, and I really, really love his performance. And I know it might be.
I love Bela Lugosi too.
I'm going with him. I'm going with Oldman as a hot take. But yeah,
I'll go with Lugosi. I'll go with Lugosi, and from
Christopher
mine,
Lee was great too, though. They all were.
He was really good too. And you know who else was really good that didn't make the list, but has to be considered? Because I remember when that movie came out and how much everybody talked about it, and that was Frank Langella. He played a fantastic.
Oh, okay, yeah. Which one was that? Which movie? I don't know if I saw that.
That was just Dracula, the Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh, okay. It came out. How many times have they fucking made this movie?
Like, but the same fucking yeah.
I don't mean like horror. I don't mean like horror of Dracula or like Bride or any like side ones like Brides of Dracula or nothing like that. Just straight Dracula, like the original story remade. Nosferatu kind of counts under that because that was kind of a ripoff of Dracula.
Every other Hammer film had a vampire.
That's purposely why I said excluding all like the Brides and Daughters of Dracula and all the Hammer films, just straight Dracula. I know there's the one with Gary Oldman. There's Christopher Lee's.
I mean, look at that. You had Dracula. You had Dracula's daughter here. You had Dracula, son of Dracula.
Yeah, there was a whole
House of Dracula.
They just went nuts with it. Honestly, that's probably why I never got big into Hammer films too, because they did do a lot of movies with the Universal monsters.
Hold on, did you see that real quick? Oh my gosh, you gotta go back for a little bit, man, because I go back like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I just did a 30-second clip back. They're standing in front of the dock.
Wait till they get inside the castle. Oh, see, now he puts
actually that's a cool shot of the castle right there. Yeah.
No, okay, there we go. There goes Renfield off to his fate. But he got the rosary on.
Yeah, I saw that.
No,
those are cool shots of the castle though.
No, I think you might be able to answer this question, as being, I guess, okay. Yeah, that's a good matte color right there. Now watch this. Be prepared to answer a question.
Okay.
Okay, watch that coffin open up. Why? There it is. They're coming in for a close up of that coffin.
Yeah.
Man. Okay. Okay, that one's coming out. Hold on. Or is it?
This is such a great shot.
No, not that.
No, when you
What?
first see Bela Lugosi.
Let's see. Right there. What kind was that a Transylvania gnat, or was that a potato bug?
I think it might be a Transylvania gnat, which would also, I guess, extend to what we talked about at the very beginning. Do I have a soul? Because a Transylvania gnat, still a gnat, is from Transylvania. It's not technically undead. So I would say, yeah.
Oh my God.
So
Lugosi
I
looks
got
fabulous.
that pal
man.
over you.
Lugosi looks fabulous. Look at that, man.
That shot when he comes in is so good. That first shot of him, so friggin' one, iconic, but so the shadows in this movie. And
yes, Dwight Fry. Yes, you mentioned Dwight Fry. I talked about him in a couple of movies that I've worked on. I reviewed since. I covered him for the Dracula movie, but he also played in another famous movie. He also played in The Maltese Falcon with Humphrey Bogart, and he played Sidney Greenstreet's Gunsel.
Oh, okay.
So yes, yes. Good call there. Good call.
How are you, Tasha?
Great.
How you doing, Tasha? What time are you at, Pat? Timestamp. Just because when you were talking about the Bela Lugosi, we were off a bit.
I am at 7 minutes and 36 seconds.
All right, stay there.
Just keep
it playing. Keep it playing.
Okay.
I'm at 7:40. 1, 2, 3. So we're all right. Now we're back synced up. Because I went back maybe too far when you said to go back for that shot.
Oh, right.
So I wanted to sync it back up.
But I mean, just think about this 1931, and just think about that, and just think of the craft that they did to make this movie. It's fantastic. The paintings are great. The practical effects are amazing.
Yeah, and like I said, the lighting is really a standout in this movie, and it's really a feat when you go back and watch some of these black and white movies. And the black and white, the cinematography, the cinematography is just as good. Yeah, that's a cool shot too.
Freaking Al, man, Al looking tough.
I wish Al was able to join in. Unfortunately, Al had to work.
I know
the cinematography though is beautiful in some of these old black and white movies. And the lighting is better, even though it's black and white, than a lot of color movies.
Yes. I would actually watch this in black and white before I watched it in color.
Yeah, like Mario Bava's Black Sunday from 1960, but still that the shadows and the cinematography in that film is second to none for a black and white film.
You're killing me, Smalls. Here you are back in the 60s again. Here you are back in the
damn
60s.
Right. We're not staying in the 30s this whole fucking time. Are you serious? Get out of here. We're venturing. I'm not stuck in if I wanted to be in the 30s, I would have built a time machine long ago.
Is the 60s like 2025 to you or something? What's up?
No, that's like the start of where I really got into like movies, and I never really ventured. There was so much when because I was born in 88. So when I first saw Halloween, it was probably 94, 95, whenever I was 6, around there. So same with music. I always, as a musician too, like I loved the older music, the 60s, 70s. So it's kind of just that those decades predating me, and then whatever I lived through too. So and it just I never had time to go further back than that, except for like certain classics and movies that I love from those old time periods. So it's just I don't know. My specialty has always been from the 60s, 50s, late 50s, 60s through now, whatever I've lived through.
Well, let me help you here with the ending of or the mystery of our friend. Says here among the
then we'll get to professors.
Sure. In the professor's castle, the animals that were featured were possums, armadillos, and an insect known as the Jerusalem cricket. The insect was found in Southern California, which may explain the cameo in the film. I'm still going with the Transylvania gnat. The inclusion of armadillos was due to the fact that armadillos had occasionally been seen digging in graveyards, which led to the mistaken belief that they would dig their way into coffins and eat the cadavers.
Interesting.
That's
I think
what
the
they
best
thought.
part though is still the Transylvania gnat.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that.
That's what I mean. So when you think of some of the stuff that they thought and believed in back then and stuff, makes you wonder. I wonder if they really saw some vampires back then, and then he wrote a novel like based around it.
Now look at now. I mean, we
really
know
happened?
better now. I mean, we know better now, right? Because we do know better. But back then, they didn't. I don't think the public really got the idea that Dracula was bisexual. He didn't, he didn't care if you're a girl or a boy. If he had blood in your veins, he was going to have a snack. But I don't think they quite understood that back there in 1931. But when we watch this movie, we're able to see that when Dracula goes and he turns Renfield, it's like we know how he did it, but I don't think they knew back then. They just probably thought he bit them and turned them like a zombie.
Oh yeah, I get what you mean, because we have the benefit of all the vampire rules that we've grown up knowing and stuff our entire lives in existence. They back then would have no idea. They'd have no idea that vampires were a real thing or what they did. So yeah, that makes sense. It's kind of like a surprise. Hey, surprise! I got some news for you.
The professor says, "Pop quiz, hotshot. Best Bela Lugosi performance: Dracula, White Zombie, or The Raven." I've seen him in
White Zombie is a very good movie.
Yeah, I've seen. That's a very good.
That's movie. One of the original. That's one of the first zombie movies.
Like of any kind. I'm gonna go ahead and say, for me, I have to put the Black Cat in there.
Dracula would.
I have to put the
that's another good one.
Black Cat is disturbing as hell. Yeah. Two
it
classic.
Is. It's been, and I like a lot of those versions, like the adaptations we got over the years. Like Fulci's is great. Argento did it too, actually, in Trauma. Not Trauma, Two Evil Eyes.
You should do something for Fulci. What's the last time you did a series? Didn't you do a series on Fulci about a couple of years ago, or a year ago maybe?
That was Bava, the little mini doc I did. Oh yeah, that was on Bava. I mean, I've done a lot of Fulci movies. We're watching a Fulci one this week. Lizard in the Woman's Skin is I think tomorrow night or the next night. It's one of the late night ones. But yeah, that's a great movie actually. Lizard in the Woman's Skin. But it would for me it would be still it would be Dracula still, like his best performance.
It says all the vampires were rounded up and their blood is used to keep rich people alive longer, or so the internet rabbit hole goes. Well, that's what the Countess Bathory did, and that was based on a real person.
I was just going to say that also sounds just like a Society by Brian Usna. Like how they literally, if they're like another species sucking off the poor and then feeding off of them.
Yeah. I guess we have a government of vampires.
Hey man. Yeah, right. There you go. Could just turn into bats and fly away if shit gets too rough. Where's everyone gone? Why is the government all done? No one's around. They all turned into bats. That's a great shot.
Dracula is so hungry. He's just gonna. He's famished. He's gonna go over there and look how he squeezed the blood out of his hand. Look how hard he's squeezing it. Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, the cross. That's right. That would be now. That would be if we showed Al a silent movie, he'd do the same thing.
Yeah, right.
JT, watch this movie from 35.
I got no aversion to old movies like this. It's just not a go-to. That's all.
No, I know.
Same with Probably like the earliest movies that like I still like will throw on semi frequently. Oh yeah, probably like late 50s and
Oh
1960.
God,
Yeah,
yeah.
so so
50s
like
to
those are like
60s.
those
They
are the
had a
ones that
fantastic creature feature.
going forward, and yeah, they did. I mean, it was all the radiation and nuclear
What about,
war, radiation scaring everybody. Everything was a mutated monster creature feature of some kind.
what about the
There were some good ones.
cinematography here? When they highlight just
Oh, it's great,
Dracula's
right?
eyes like that, that's fantastic.
Yeah, this whole scene is excellently shot.
Yes,
This whole movie, from what I remember, it's been forever, but so far,
it's
same
really
thoughts.
good.
And I kind of remember these scenes because of I don't even think it was a year ago when I rewatched Dracula with Gary Oldman. So I remember it. That's fresh in my head. So like seeing like the original here is bringing back memories of the scenes in the version with the Oldman. So it's like a weird experience going on right now. I'm like
Well, I
seeing
think
Gary Oldman in my head because it's triggering memories from that more recent watch.
well, I watched this and reviewed it, and then I watched Van Helsing. I also have what else did I have? I watched a couple other creature features too. Um, I just like going. I like going back there. It's a lot of fun. And this is the truly the very first horror film. Without this horror film, maybe there's no other horror film after this. But this is the first one. I think this opened the door to King Kong. You know, they did King
Oh
Kong at
yeah,
33.
33.
So
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
just did a
you know,
deep dive on King Kong like a month ago. That was fun going back and rewatching that movie.
oh. Did you like
That's
Kong
actually
Island?
I've only seen and that's another thing. I've never been into big creatures, destroying towns or kaiju or anything like that. So I've seen the original King Kong.
You're
I've
getting close.
seen what?
I don't know. You're getting close to getting your fanboy card, suspended here.
Yeah,
Not,
yeah.
no, 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 no.
Let me know when you've reviewed 1,800 movies or so on the channel, and tell me
I,
there's no diversity there. I
uh,
just don't go back that far as much. But
yeah, but I was thinking about 1,800 reviews, but of the same 40 movies.
I've never repeated a movie once. Not once have I repeated a movie besides like 10 revisits maybe throughout the 3 years or so. That's the thing. I can never talk about the same movie twice. It really bothers me.
I'll have to say, I think I'm up to like, what am I up to? I'm up to at
You're
least,
up
I think
there. You're up to
100.
a lot. Yeah, you've done a ton, man. You're definitely up
I
there.
have, mine are all over the
That
place. So
Hey
the
man,
ship in this
as the
movie,
spokesman said,
notice the ship in this movie, it's named the Vesta, not the Demeter.
to Demeter, right? Yeah.
Yeah, not the Demeter, but the Vesta.
It's cool effects though, how they did it with the boat, the water coming aboard and
Yeah,
everything.
very, very cool.
And again for 1931.
There's Dracula.
Hey, there's Video Tasties, my man G, man. How you doing,
What's up,
Garrett?
Garrett?
Lee is the only Dracula. Okay. I know people love their Christopher Lee.
Let's see.
I would still prefer
The professor says here, Lee's the only Drac. I say Roxborough's up there. If he only would have gotten more chances, he played a great vampire. I just loved his version.
Professor's made the best point so far.
I like
Professor's made
watching
the best
horror
point.
movies because the actresses back there had a certain reserved sexiness. They look classy and regal, and I dig that. Hell
Absolutely, absolutely
yeah.
agree.
That's why
100%.
I reviewed.
That's one thing I love
2
about
movies.
older movies.
I reviewed a movie from 1941 called Meet John Doe, which featured Barbara Stanwyck, and then I did My Man Godfrey, which featured Carol Lombard. Both ladies had a tragic endings too.
Oh, really? I know Carol
Lombard. Yeah. Well, see, William Powell, he had actually married Carol Lombard for a couple of years, and then they divorced. and then later on he got together with Carol Lombard. So Jean Harlow. He got together with Jean Harlow. Now, Carol Lombard was killed in a plane crash, and Jean
That's right.
Harlow,
That's how she died.
yeah, she died of a kidney failure, misdiagnosed. She was so sick.
See that I didn't
By the
know.
time,
I don't really know that name. Carol Lombard, I knew. I forgot how she died though. With the plane.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah, she died the plane.
But the kidney failure was how the other one died.
Yeah, Jean Harlow. Yeah,
Yeah.
and William Powell was connected to both them, romantically. And then William Powell, man, he was people talk about in Earl Flynn and Clark Gable. Man, don't sleep on William Powell because he was with both those two ladies who were, and he did the Thin Man series with another absolutely stunner in Myrna Loy. I mean, he got to work with some
I know that
seriously, he got to work with some seriously beautiful ladies in his career.
So did a lot of the James Bonds when you think of it too.
Man, Gareth,
Many years later.
that would be interesting. That would be interesting, because Gareth's got a great eye too for the ladies. He
He wants
brings
to.
up
He
people.
says we should get a room. He says we need to get a room. I was going to say I've been stuck in one with Gareth for years, so it's reserved. It's already.
You know what? I'll do the room. I'll
Taken.
do the room. It'd be worth hanging out with you in the room. But if we could put Gareth and Ricky, we put Ricky and Gareth together.
There you go. That works.
And
You're moving out,
lock
Gareth.
the door.
You're moving out, Gareth. You're going to live with Ricky now. That's just how it is.
Oh man, it'd be like they remade the Battle of Britain. The only thing missing would be the Spitfires. Oh man,
response. He's probably he said hi to the net.
Gareth is probably looking at the Wikipedia and see what a Spitfire is.
Oh, that's a cool shot actually, right there with him with the hat walking down. And you got the bum on the street with the whistle. It looks like a bum. No, it's not a bum. It's
a lady.
Yeah, it looks like a cop. It was like an old-fashioned cop, like a whistle.
There he is, looking elegant.
He looks. Yeah, I was just gonna say he looks so stylish.
Yeah.
Until he says that I want to suck your bloodline, that will probably turn a lot of people away. And they go running, but till then, he's pretty. He's a charmer.
But look at the fashions they're wearing. I mean, look, those are some amazing. That's some amazing wardrobe.
Oh yeah, I mean the costume design throughout this whole movie is excellent. I mean they really did a good job with that.
Yeah, he's hypnotizing her. It's like, yeah, why don't you just Count Dracula.
Like it was just so much classier back then. Everything, like society, like everybody.
I would like to know.
Like there's no one's at a theater. No one's claps like this and like gives a round of applause anymore after anything. Everybody's just savages now.
No one grabbing a cell phone.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they're actually there, appreciating the art, and listening, responding to it. It was just such a different time.
How do you do? How do you do? How do you do? How you doing? How you doing?
Might I inquire if you are the Dr. Seward from the sanitarium?
How you doing? I wonder what his medal was for. Was it like a family? I don't think that would be like a family heirloom or anything. I wonder what it was for.
I don't know. Mina. Yeah, there's a lot of how do you do's going on right there.
Yeah. How you doing?
Yeah. Hello,
What's
nice to meet
up?
you. Ah,
What's
Dracula.
up?
How do you do? Yeah, that's what it said. That was the
Did,
template. This is the template for the WhatsApp fucking scene in Scary Movie.
did you say your name was Count Chocula? No, Dracula.
Count Dracula was a great cereal. I
Oh
loved
yeah,
that cereal growing
they
up.
still bring it out every Halloween.
Do they? I haven't seen that in
Let's see.
forever. Actually, yeah, I have seen it. Actually, now that I think of it.
Gareth wants to know if you reviewed Doghouse from 2009.
Yeah, I answered in the comments. No, I haven't.
Okay. Other than Gene Kelly, what's your favorite old school actress?
I
That's
was gonna
easy.
say Marilyn Monroe, and
Really?
Professor answered before I got to the
Uh,
question. Yeah, she's
Mine would be Myrna Loy. Definitely, Myrna Loy would be
okay.
mine.
I know her. The
Uh,
cereal. Oh, yeah, I know. It does sound good, right? Now I want Count Chocula. This isn't fair. I really want it. And
as
Nanette,
we're saying,
I love
meanwhile, at a library in Louisiana, a bat sits down to have a bowl of Captain Crunch.
Is he around? Hey, Jack.
I think he's probably still at work, but that's probably what he's doing. That's
Is
probably
he
his
being a
favorite
good boy,
cereal.
Nan?
Oh, Jack.
Yeah, I said hi to Jack. How's he doing? Is he being a good boy, or is he being a crazy good boy? That's right too, because they don't show up in mirrors. He doesn't show up in mirrors, right?
No.
In Dracula, or am I
No.
Yeah, okay. Because
That's
that's kind of a trope that they shed with vampires over the decades.
Well, some movies show the vampire.
You notice
in
that,
mirrors,
like with
some people
vampire
don't.
movies, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
sometimes they
But
show.
it's not
Sometimes
something
they
like
don't.
that you hear a lot of that where they make
Oh my god,
like a point to show
dude,
or focus on.
dude,
Yeah,
he's
the
outside.
bat.
He's outside. And the bat. I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. I'm fucking dead.
Well, he hasn't shown. He's not here yet. He ain't watching all this shit. You know who we kidding? He ain't got time.
Oh my god. Oh,
we love you, Al.
dude. This would
You
be
should
so
have
much
been
fun to
here.
watch. Yes, he should have been here.
Should have called out of work.
Dude, we
No,
would have
I got my self-titled movie to watch.
Oh my god.
I can't show up today.
He cannot ruin this movie. He cannot ruin this movie for me. He just can't do it. I want to be able to watch this without cracking my ass up every time. But yeah. But look how quiet he is. Damn, that is.
Yeah, that's great. How they suck all the sound out. Wow, it's just silence. And then how he just appears there.
Yeah.
And then you have the score slightly kick in. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's one good thing about a lot of scores in the older movies is that a lot of the scores are really good, but they didn't overpower the movie.
Yeah, they knew when to use them. They knew when to use music and when it was appropriate, and they knew.
They're talking about composers today. I was telling you how this one guy on TikTok, he was doing his list of 5 best composers, and he put out a couple of honorable mentions, and then he put his 5. And his second one he put is Hans Zimmer, and the first one he put is John Williams. I'll be honest with you, John Williams is no longer a slam dunk for me. I think Hans Zimmer has to be given
Hans Zimmer's he's a great
Hans
composer.
Zimmer. I think he currently is the best composer going now. I mean, John Williams, over the long-term body of work, maybe.
Yeah, he's got a long-term.
But I'm talking about right now, like the last 20 years or so.
I definitely. Oh yeah, like more current one.
Yeah, I got to give it to Hans Zimmer.
Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman is another one. Not really the last 20 years, longer than that, but he's another greatest of like all time for me.
He's okay. He's okay, but
He's done
he
a
has
lot of scores, a lot of good ones too.
but you know what though? He and James Horner, I hate to say it like this because I really did like James Horner a great deal. I still do, but they plagiarized themselves. If you've heard one Danny Elfman score, you've heard them all. There's not very much variety.
There is. It depends on what movie. If you're listening to a lot of Elfman stuff from a certain period, or for like certain directors like Tim Burton and stuff, those are going to sound like similar style with the juggled piano, like like that, like Beetlejuice and a lot of that. He's done a lot of different sounding scores though over the years. He's done so many.
I don't think as much as you think though. And James Horner was like,
no, not to a crazy extent, not to like an immense extent. Like he was no Ennio Morricone. He was no even Fabio Frizzi, who I had the pleasure of speaking with. I think he's one of the greatest composers. He is so underrated, and he's still going to this day doing scores.
I'll bring up a couple of interesting. I'll bring up this interesting fact here about Bela Lugosi, our second favorite.
Yes,
our second favorite Matt. So Bela Lugosi, he actually originated the role of Dracula on stage. He was. That's how they found him. He was doing a stage version of Dracula, and he was so eager to repeat the stage success and play Dracula for the movie that he agreed to a contract, and this is just a foreshadowing of his, future financial state. But he signed a contract paying him $500 per week for a 7-week shooting schedule. A paltry sum, a small sum, even in the heart of even in the days of the Depression, he was getting lowballed. In fact, the salary was only 1/4 actor David Manners, who played Jonathan Harker. So he, although David Manners earns $2,000 a week, he likely didn't pocket all that money. He was under contract to Warner Brothers, who had loaned him out. So they're saying that he probably got some of his salary, some of his salary was garnered to Warner Brothers. But think about that. This is one of the greatest roles in one of the greatest horror films.
And getting nowhere near what he deserves.
No, and just because he wanted to play the role. Now, I've heard of actors like that. There's a lot of actors like that now who play a lot of small roles, a lot of character actor roles. Like Daniel Radcliffe or Emma Watson or any of the gentlemen from the Lord of the Rings. I mean, they just got so freaking fabulously rich that they can pick and choose what they play. They don't have to sit there and wait for the next job because they don't have to worry about it. Whereas a lot of actors, they have to keep going. Yeah. And so
that's why it sucks when you see such talented actors in projects like repeatedly that just aren't good movies, but like the talent's there and they bring as much as they can because they're that talented, but they have nothing to work with, really. That's how I felt with and you're a big Brian Bertino fan, and here we're jumping into 2025. You fucking happy now? We're jumping into the current day for a little bit. Are you satiated now?
Do you even know who Brian Bertino is?
I love Brian Bertino. That's what I think of a lot with that Brian Bertino. When I hear his name is Brian Bertino because of the South Park song.
Right.
What would Brian Bertino do? That comes up all the time. But his movie Vicious with Dakota Fanning just now. I did a review the other day on it. I didn't care for it much, she did a great job, Dakota Fanning. But it reminds me of her and with The Watchers, with M. Night Shyamalan's daughter's movie last year. Same with that. She was very good in that, and she's a very talented actress. But I want her to do like a really good movie. Like instead of one that
the Fanning sisters and Abigail Breslin.
I mean like with her as just like the lead of the movie and like carrying the whole film, like a newer project, like in the last few years.
Well, I think which one?
Like she was the lead in the Watcher. She was the lead in Vicious.
But which one's who's doing the what sister's doing the oh, look at that, the cross. The Renfield's reacting to the cross.
Oh yeah, how he's with the wide eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are some bugged eyes.
Yeah.
But I'd be probably reacting the same way. Especially they thought vampires were real, and they thought Transylvania gnats were around.
That's right. And the thing is, though, that's what Renfield was doing. He's eating bugs in his cell.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's basically what you were talking about, Pat.
Look how I just can't get over how cool the sets look.
Yeah, as considering especially that it's 2025 and we get so many movies that have set work and design and stuff that are nowhere near this.
Let's see. Blackula had amazing reaction, no reflection thing. No to that no reflection thing. Let's see. So I saw one on DVD special features that Bela Lugosi played Dracula in a play, and that he heard that they're making a movie. Yeah, that's what he did. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, that's what you were talking about earlier with just his pay cuts and stuff, which is it's criminal that this guy is the Dracula everyone thinks of, really.
He never made any money. He he spent all his money. The last movie he made was Plan 9 from Outer Space.
From Outer Space, right?
Yeah, he died in the middle of the production.
Ridiculous.
And he died in the middle of the production, and Ed Wood had to, he paid for his burial. He didn't have enough to bury himself.
That's freaking sad.
Let's see.
Marvel Spiral Browning, Trail Mix, Mixing. Nice. You got a whole thing going there, man. Now you're getting me hungry.
That's right. It's
that
cold.
And the fucking Count Dracula earlier, which Professor could have mailed some over if his kids didn't eat them all. I was dying over that comment. I didn't want to interrupt you when you were going about Bela Lugosi, but I was laughing during that.
What is
kids ate all this Count Dracula.
Yeah. Well, at least we know exactly why he. See, what great camera work. See, that's that he forces the Browning forces the audience to think, and I can appreciate that. It's like you see that, so it plays on your fears, like what happened, because you can't see it. Whereas today's society, you have to show everything.
Yeah, I know. Otherwise, people get pissed or complain. They get pissed and complain either way now. I mean, like nowadays, if you don't show stuff and be ambiguous, then people get pissed off that they don't see anything and that there's nothing to be seen. If you don't show it, they complain the other way.
I've never heard anybody complain about trailers other than they show too much, and I'm with them. I don't like trailers.
Yeah,
I try not to watch too many. Yeah, because they just tell the movie too much,
or they either are very misleading, or like you said, they just completely fill this trailer with every big part in the movie, and then it's just a waste.
They put in the trailer scenes that aren't in the movie, and they do that to to hide their movie.
Yeah, they want to market it as something different, especially when they know it's like most likely going to be a flop. And it's something maybe they've been sitting on a year or two. They just want to get that movie out there. A lot of times, they'll do that. They'll cut up a trailer that makes it look like it's one thing, and then you go in, this is not what I expected at all from that. That's why I don't watch trailers. That's why I don't do trailer reactions. I think I've done like 2, like ever on here, just because I was like excited for those movies. I think Eli Roth's Thanksgiving was one of them, because I was super excited for that movie. Because it was like 17 years or some shit since I first saw Grindhouse in theaters and saw that fake trailer, the original one for Thanksgiving. And I was like, when we were finally getting this movie as an actual movie, which I really like Thanksgiving. I think we're supposed to get a sequel.
Yeah. I was still hoping that would actually come down through the library, and it never did. I was bummed out by that. I was hoping
it hasn't yet. Yeah, that's a good one. I should rewatch that actually. Maybe we'll do a watch on the channel this Thanksgiving. I know we're doing Blood Rage like always. Yeah, maybe I'll do a double watch. I'll do like Blood Rage and Thanksgiving
Everybody
I
does
always
that
do
blood
Blood
rage.
Rage.
That's why I'm
Hey,
so happy for
I started
Thanksgiving.
I started that Blood Rage watch party thing at Thanksgiving. I've been doing that for years. I love that movie. I've
That's
been
not
watching that movie for every Thanksgiving. It's not cranberry sauce, exactly. It's so good. That's just one of the cheesiest fucking movies from the 80s, like slasher wise. It's so cheesy, it's so over the top. The gore is great. The story's pretty good. And Louise Lasser's great. I can't even say she's great. She's good in some scenes, and then her performance is all over the place. But I like her, and it's good seeing her in it.
I love
how he moves.
Van Helsing and Dracula are playing chess here.
Yeah, I just looked up at the same time you did, I guess, because I said I love the way that he turns and moves. Lugosi, just the way his whole portrayal of this character. Seeing this movie again now and watching this, yeah, he's the best Dracula, I would think. I would have to rewatch like Christopher Lee's Dracula, but yeah, I would really think.
I say he's the best. He's the best male vampire. I definitely think the best vampire might be Ingrid Pitt. I'm just saying.
No. Oh yeah, for sure. One of them. I can't really think of any others.
So he's noticing the mirror.
Yeah, and then that
would freak me the hell out. I mean, I was standing there and there's nobody there. I'd be like, what the hell?
Hearing that. Nanette's gonna join us, Pat.
Okay.
There's the link, man. And we're like 42 minutes in. What time are you up to, Pat?
I am at 43 minutes.
43 minutes. All right, cool. All right.
I know this movie flies too. It's only a 75-minute movie, but it flies.
Yeah, I just looked at it. I said, wow, we're 45 minutes in already. I forgot all about my coffee.
I think he's spraying some mirror on him now. Yeah, Van Helsing was a formidable opponent. He was a great opponent.
Okay, I've got to get it up before I.
Welcome, man.
Hello, everyone.
How you doing? Yeah, we're at just tell me when you get it up and stuff. I'll give you the timestamp then. But we're around 44 minutes about to be. Right at.
Look, that's such a great reaction. Basically, he's just like, yes, got you now. Van Helsing, I got you now.
The way he knocks it out of his hand and steps back. That's great. Yeah.
Van Helsing rocked in this.
His
movie.
His eyes too, like the way when he did that whole move back.
I like how he does this all the time. He's like, yes,
Yeah, exactly. Just like mirrors. There you go. That's just that's what I mean. Like in modern vampire movies, last few decades, there are a few I could probably think of that show the no reflection thing, but it hasn't become you don't hear about it specifically addressed as much. You know what I mean?
No, I think the first thing you hear about
it's kind of like they forgot about that rule in modern vampire movies. The most part.
The two things I remember most as far as a vampire goes is one or three. One, he can't stand the crucifix. Two, he changed into a bat, and three, he has fangs. He drinks blood. Those are all.
Yeah.
You got to have those in just about every.
That's what those are the main. Yeah, those are the universal rules. But then, that's what I mean. You don't hear. I can't think of a movie recently.
I like how you said. I like what you did there. Those are universal rules.
Yeah. They don't have. That was planned upon, but I'll take the credit.
That's right.
since it came out, it got out there.
That's right.
Got out there somehow. Pop quiz hot chats again. I'm loving it. Least favorite Dracula. I wouldn't even be able to answer that because I haven't watched enough bad Dracula films, let alone good Dracula films in either forever or haven't watched.
I tell you a really good
But
Dracula movie.
I
that
know
people don't
I
know
know
about.
Leslie Nielsen's Dracula.
Oh, I'm not
It's
talking about
Blackula,
that.
right?
Dracula
No.
Untold is
No.
mine.
Dracula, yeah, Dracula Untold. That's one I remember watching actually.
I'll
But
tell you what I
remember.
like.
I don't
I like
remember.
they did an animated version of that with Batman versus Dracula, and they played it straight. And man, that was a banger of a movie. That was a great one. Great adventure. He turned
But
he
who's
turned the penguin.
asking the ones that we don't like?
Let's see. Least favorite Dracula.
Hey, what up, Cal?
Oh God, I would sit there and say Leslie Nielsen.
How you doing,
in a
brother?
heartbeat.
Thank you.
I never seen
Yeah.
that one. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
I
at
thought of Leslie
30.
Nielsen too. That's why. Because I
I'm at
haven't seen probably two of the other.
31:51. So tell me what
Yeah,
the
we're at
time.
we're at 47, 47:10, 47:11,
Yeah.
47:12, like around there. Right, Pat? How you doing, Cal? I will stay spooky as always.
Cow.
Like I said, let me know if you want to join any the watches this week, Cal. Just message me. We got later tonight. We got Alien, Ridley Scott's sci-fi masterpiece. Another movie I don't love. Like, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I do think it's a perfect movie, and I think it's probably the best sci-fi film like ever made.
I definitely
Or
think
if
that.
not one of the
I
best.
definitely think that. Well, I definitely think that Jonesy steals the picture.
Yeah. Everybody does a phenomenal job in that movie. I mean, I've always been partial to Ian Holm, so I really
or Jonesy.
Yeah, I would say so. I really love his performance in that, and how he plays a robot and shit, and just the way he did that.
Yeah, but I thought Jonesy
He
was
did a good
every
job.
man. You know, I thought Jonesy portrayed every man. How we would react would be how Jonesy reacted. I mean, I think that he speaks for us all. You know, in that.
Oh well, if you're
role.
talking reaction, then that's completely different. Yeah. If you're talking, if you're talking like
reaction and pro
stuff,
action though,
yeah.
because you think about it. Yes, he did react to it, but he also was proactive too. When him and Ripley were trying to get trying to defeat the Queen, they were both taking on the alien. They weren't just it wasn't just one was doing all the heavy lifting and the other one was sitting in the corner. I mean, they were both fighting.
Oh yeah. Another movie I haven't watched in a while, and Syntheside and Agoraphobe are joining for that one, so we will be watching it tonight at 11.
Oh
yeah, Alien's a movie I can throw on. I throw on maybe like every 5 years. I'll throw on Alien.
See what. Look at Renfield, man. That guy, Dwight Fry, gave such a great performance here, but it never went anywhere for him. He did the Falcon, the Maltese Falcon, which was terrific too.
I've heard of that movie.
Man, that's some classic. Have you ever heard of Casablanca?
Yeah, of course. I've seen Casablanca. That's a classic.
Oh,
that's what I mean. When there's movies like that, like those old movies,
Jack
those
will
of
love
course
Good Boy. I guarantee.
But then, like, it's just not a period that as I always say, it's not a period that I just like wanted to keep on exploring and saying, let's watch these like hundreds of different random movies from the 40s. It's just like not a desire I had back then. So then it just never really got that far.
I like Dracula and Blade.
Yeah. Actually, Blade's another one I haven't seen in a while, but I knew Cal would probably bring that up.
He
Dracula
doesn't like
about Blade
that. He doesn't like that Dracula.
Dracula in Blade 3 Trinity. I thought that was a great performance by Durcell Miller. Was it Dominic Purcell? I loved he gave his Dracula.
Oh yeah, Dominic Purcell.
Yeah, well, Kyle doesn't like it.
Sometimes. Wasn't he the one in Prison Break?
Wow.
I
Yeah.
think
Or am I
so.
thinking of someone completely?
I
Yeah,
tell you,
right. Yeah, I'm
late
looking it up
Trinity is
now.
late Trinity is a mess. I hated Parker Posey. I hated Triple
Yeah,
H. I just hated
Yeah,
all.
I
I
did
yeah,
hated
it
too.
all
wasn't
that.
that.
Hated it all. They're horrible. Parker Posey was just like she was bored, and it came. She was the worst performance I've ever seen her in. Gosh, she was god awful in that movie.
I have to agree with you, Patrick.
Yeah, see, I
Yeah,
know
she was horrible.
But
Purcell
I thought
mostly
Dominic
from
Purcell.
Prison Break back in the day.
Yeah, I thought he gave his
Which I never thought he was a great actor in that either. I never thought he was that good in that
in
show.
Trinity. He didn't get
And I've
really a
seen him in
chance
other
to
things.
do anything. He really didn't get a chance to act that much. But the part he had, where he allowed Blade to escape by taking his
Yeah.
place. I mean, come on. I mean, that's pretty. That's the most humane. That's the most humane I've ever seen Dracula in any of his movies. It's the most humane. He knew he was beaten. He knew he was dying, but he's going to give Blade a chance to get out of there. And I thought that was an interesting twist. But this rest of the movie though was not that good.
Shit, I might
I
fall
like the
behind a minute 'cause I got a
dynamic
ad.
with
Got hit with an ad.
the Slayers in the movie that they did with Blade in that movie.
I'm reading Professor's comments about a Good Boy. 'Cause
Oh
I'm thinking
yeah,
to
the Good
myself,
Boy.
is that the
I was
movie
so
like
right.
from the? Is that the movie from like the POV of a dog?
Yeah, that's the
I'm pretty
that's the
sure
IFC
because
movie.
I've
That's the
heard of it.
IFC movie.
I have. Oh, is it IFC?
Yeah,
I haven't
course.
seen it,
It
but I've
is.
heard about it, and it really caught my interest. Seeing like a review or two pop up on my feed talking about it. Like I didn't watch them, but I saw it pop up a movie about a dog, and I was like, "Oh, I said that
Come
sounds
here.
fucking
It was the
interesting."
guy's
Don't you want
first.
to come
Yeah,
here?
like
Yeah,
Jack,
yeah.
we're putting
That
you
was
in
the
the
guy's
sequel,
first
Jack.
movie.
If that movie does well, Jack's gonna be the dog in the sequel. We're bringing his ass to the box office.
Everybody loves Jack.
Of course.
He
Very cool.
playing
Oh,
with his
Nana.
cat.
Oh, yes. What, he's not trying to kill her. Well, his fake cat. Oh, if you want to let me know, message me, Nana,
Van Helsing.
what your
Van
schedule
Helsing
this
looks
week.
like
If you want to join me for one of more of these watch alongs, just let me know.
Van Helsing reminds me of Max von Sydow.
I was thinking that earlier.
Yeah.
That's so weird you said
Does he
that.
look like Father Merrin from Exorcist?
No, he absolutely does. I was thinking that earlier. I'm so weird that you said that. I was looking at him and I said it looked like Max von Sydow. You know why I thought that? Now I know why. Thanks for bringing that up. Because I was just watching Shutter Island yesterday. And I'm pretty sure that's Max von Sydow in that movie who plays the Nazi, right? That's him. He's a lot older. And he's fresh in my head now. So when I saw that, I said, that looks like Father Barrett or Van Sydow. I just saw him. That's why.
They give that movie away too soon. I didn't like that one. I thought that was
really loved that movie. Yeah,
really?
It was Max von Sydow.
It was so by the numbers. I was so disappointed too. I thought it was expected to be much better.
I think it was always a very divisive movie, Shutter Island. It's a very divisive film, but one is Scorsese, which is not always fantastic, but for the most part is. And the cast is great. They show a lot of clues throughout the movie and hints. So I don't think the twist is supposed to even be that big of a twist, even though it is like a big revelation. I think you're supposed to know ahead of time before he gets to the lighthouse and stuff like that, because there's so much symbolism in that movie. There's scenes where things are happening that's where she drinks one of the prisoners or the inmates drinks a glass of water. But if you look at that scene, there's no cup in her hand, and like little things like that you don't notice the first time. There's a ton of that. It's actually a really well-made film. Like if you go back and rewatch it, give that one a rewatch. Actually, Pat, if you're interested to rewatch it,
I spotted that ending. Even within 10 minutes off the boat, it was just like As soon as he saw it, it just was over
it's
with.
kind of
It was like,
intentional. It's kind of intentional though. That's why
Yeah.
they start on the
idea,
boat.
Professor.
Like why wouldn't they meet on the shore? Like if
it
it wasn't in his
didn't,
head, like
yeah,
it would
it
make
just
sense
didn't
to
do
meet on
anything
the
for me.
shore.
I mean, everybody was building it up
That
as
makes
this
sense.
great mystery, and it's like, well, it's sort of like watching the
It was
Village
also
from
Mark.
M. Night Shyamalan. It's like everybody's supposed to
That
be,
movie's so
what's the
much
Village is
worse.
about. That was, man,
That
my
movie's
buddy and I, we
so much
we found
worse.
that out as soon as we saw, we guessed it beforehand. And then when we
Yeah.
saw Bryce Dallas Howard, we knew, we said, yep, that's right. In fact, we knew it so early that people the people said this. They said, if this wasn't the first showing of the day, we would have thought that you already came over and were spoiling the movie for us. But we know that you didn't. We know that you didn't. Well, how did you know what was going to happen? And we're going like, well, because we watched a lot of Outer Limits. That's really what it is.
I was just
Would
talking
y'all
about that.
like
Like,
it if
that
I
show
did
a
a
month ago.
home video on my channel of me videotaping Jack getting loose out of the house and going running all over the place?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Why not? Make Jack a star. Throw him on there.
Everybody loves Jack.
That was a random.
What a great
comment.
performance by
I gotta read
Brian.
this
He really is. I'm watching his Renfield, and he's so good in it.
Yeah, I think he's probably the most underrated actor in this movie, and the underrated
Definitely.
performance.
I definitely agree with
Upon
you.
rewatching this now again, yeah,
Yep.
I would say so. I mean, he's very
Great
underrated. I
performance.
don't hear about his performance in this movie often. Like they had the light and stuff.
so
I'm a little
crazy.
behind. I forgot that I hit an ad. What time are you guys at?
We are at 57:35.
57:35.
I'm at 57:22.
All right, yeah, we're good. Perfect. The eyes, man. The eyes from him always get me with those buggy eyes. It's so it's great. It's really it's really entertaining.
Yeah, he is.
Al's going to do his Halloween. He's doing his Halloween.
Dog's Gone Wild.
Sunday.
Yeah, Dog's Gone Wild. Do it up. That's what we do with Jack. It's a great idea. Hold on, let me read Cal's thing. Nicolas Cage was surprising and fun too, and Renfield. Yeah, I haven't seen Renfield, the newer one.
It's a great movie. I like it.
It's been on my list, my long, never-ending list at this point. A horror movie version of Homeward Bound starring Jack and Paladin. That's funny. I could see it.
Movie idea: a horror movie version of
Yeah, you're gonna laugh.
starring Jack and Paladin.
That's actually a great fucking idea. Homeward Bound was a great movie.
God.
You couldn't have a Jack and a Homeward Bound regular movie because he's just so aggressive and angry when he barks.
Well, they can always like hunt down a hare together or something.
Yeah. Look at the power, but he doesn't understand. He's got the cross, but he almost gets him. He almost gets him.
Do it. People love dogs.
Now I can't get Max von Sydow out of my fucking head. Thanks.
Yeah.
That's all I'm thinking of now when I'm seeing it.
The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you.
And even more parallels there.
Yeah. He also sort of looks like this hair slicked back like that. He sort of looks like an older Homelander too. But see, he almost gets back. I know. Yeah, he almost gets him here though. He comes really close.
Yes, he has the force. He starts using.
Yeah. The force in you. The force is strong in this one.
Yeah, see, this is we wouldn't have Star Wars and Jedi powers if it wasn't for Dracula.
That's right.
We wouldn't have we wouldn't have Von Sydow. He wouldn't have been born if Dracula 31 wasn't released. Unless he was born back then. I'm pretty sure he might have been. But we're gonna just pretend for my point.
See, here's the power of here's the secret of the
now
cross.
You know I gotta look up when he was born.
The cross itself doesn't stop Dracula. It's the power of the belief of the person holding it that stops him.
Yeah, that's right. That's something you've seen a lot of.
It's kind of like they did that in Bright Night too. But,
yeah, that's right. I haven't seen that forever.
I can't think of what Victor Price. He shows the cross up to the vampire, and the vampire's like Jerry. It's like you have to have a power behind it, or it won't work.
God damn it. 2 years. He was born already, Von Sydow. He was born in 29. Why?
Oh.
Well, I couldn't even born 2-3 years later. My joke would work perfectly. God damn you, history. I had to look it up because it would bother me. When was that fucker born? Because he was old looking in The Exorcist. They made him up so well to look so old in that. And then I see him in Shutter Island, which was like 2010 the other day, and that was he looked so much. He looked the same age as in The Exorcist, but actually that age.
He looked older. He looked older than what he was in The Exorcist. Now this actress right here who played Nina.
Okay, I will answer this question because I'm kind of the expert on it. I don't think it has anything to do with the cross. I think it has to do with you have faith in whatever the religion, and all of the religions that's out there, they have symbolisms that go across. Let's say like me, I'm a witch, and so mine would be a pinnacle. You show that to the demonic spirit. If you've got faith behind it, it will repel their asses.
That's a good idea. I also say my idea would just be fake it till you make that shit. Just pretend.
my idea would
because I don't believe in any of that. That's a good idea. I mean, hope maybe it'll be like a Sleepwalkers.
Wait a minute. You don't believe in bats? I believe in bats and gnats.
Maybe it'll be a sleepwalker from Sleepwalkers. They're like a cat, right? They're like a cat.
Right. That's right.
And that's a favorite movie of you. Don't you love that movie, Nan? You love the Sleepwalkers.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
I just had it on. I just had it on the other night, and I thought of you because it came on Tubi next. Because I knew immediately what it was because of the song "Sleepwalk" coming on, and they used it greatly like throughout that movie, and I love that instrumental. And I said, I know it's Sleepwalkers. I turn around and Sleepwalkers, and I thought of you. I said, Nan loves this movie. It was like on the background, but I did watch it. Like I was like a 70% watch, and then 30%
as long
background.
as the big kitty goth women are not vampires, yes, it would, Professor.
I think anybody if you saw somebody fly in the shape of a bat, I think you would get religion pretty quick. Yeah. Let's see. But if I have faith,
that's probably the best comment of the whole stream so far.
So if I have faith on big goth chicks, would that save me from vampires and the demons? Well, how would that protect you when like Ingrid Pitt?
It doesn't matter. They're there. That's all that matters. Yeah. It helps. If anything, it helps you pass into the afterworld if you get your ass annihilated and it doesn't work.
Yeah, think of Dracula's brides and Van Helsing. I mean, they were all pretty. Let's see.
Hey, what's up, cinematic? I don't know why I want to say cinematic egg brain damage because there's a band called Brain Damage Eggman. So if that happens from it might happen.
Hello,
What's up,
cinematic brain
CBD?
dead.
CBD. We're going with that. CBD. That's a lot easier. How you doing? And it's something that's in my vocabulary and my system often. So I mean that works. That's a very easy thing to remember. We're gonna go with that. We are watching Dracula, and then we should also talk about Tod Browning's Freaks for a second, just because that came out.
Yeah, that was
later,
like the last
and that's
movie.
a great movie too. Yeah, that was
like
his
the
last movie,
he
right?
did. I think that's the last
Yeah, I
movie he
think it
did.
was.
Really. Yeah.
I think you might be right. Yeah, but that's a very underrated movie. That's a classic film too, and that one is one that I've actually watched more than this. Something about Freaks is very there's such an eerie feeling through that whole movie. One of us.
I don't think it's a surprise to you, JT, that my Dracula movie that I've watched the most is Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah, that's the one you've watched the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I think of the Universal monster movies that I've seen the most, it would probably be Creature from the Black Lagoon and probably Frankenstein. I've seen them much more than this one. And
the ones I've seen the most,
I never liked the Invisible Man much. I never got into the Invisible Man.
The Wolfman and Dracula.
So what?
Well, I like the Wolfman and League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I liked how he was used there.
The ones I've seen the most is Frankenstein and the Wolfman.
And of course, Richard Roxburgh was the
Wolfman
again, and he was the villain again in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That was awesome when they came back and they said we thought his name was M. We're thinking James Bond. He turns out to be Moriarty. It was like that was awesome.
That's awesome. Another great shot there with Dracula.
You know, I tell you, man, I love that movie. I tell you, the performance that I really liked the best was Nemo. Man, Nemo was he was a badass.
Yeah,
talk about bad. When you talk about League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, you can sit there and say that's a slasher movie because that's all what Nemo did. He just slashed people up.
Yeah, the pinheads and freaks are great. The whole atmosphere to that movie is so cool.
I just could never understand.
And the revenge that they get.
I would love to ask Sean Connery, what the hell? What did he not like about that movie? Sometimes you really do want to tell these guys that to do these movies, sit with the audience. Yeah. I'm telling you, if you would have sat with my audience when we watched the movie, he would have been blown away. We were clapping and cheering. We were clapping and cheering, especially at the very end where it looked like he was coming. When you see his rifle shake, man, that got the biggest. That got the biggest applause.
It sucks when an actor or whatever doesn't like a movie that becomes beloved or they just don't like it. Like Gary Oldman, we were talking earlier with The Fifth Element, which I fucking love that movie. It's a favorite of mine.
He doesn't like The Fifth Element.
He doesn't like that. Nope. He thinks it's a piece of trash, basically, is what he calls it. And he was like, it was like a paycheck film, I guess, for him. But he does such a great job at it. He's so handy.
That was a fun movie. That's a fun movie.
It's one of the most original movies that I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Just originality and out there-ness and just ideas you've never seen before or since. It's one of those movies. The whole opera scene with the diva, with the flying in front of that the planet,
movie,
she's singing,
Professor.
R&B movie. That's such.
But I'm gonna look up the pictures of the Blumhouse Wolfman to see what that looks like because you got my interest peaked, but I don't want to watch the movie. Blumhouse, for the most part, make movies that I hate. So
they've been very hit or miss the last few years. Yeah, it's not funny. I haven't seen that one though. No, because one, it's Blumhouse, so it's always hit or miss, and two, it's a wolf movie, which I'm not a huge werewolf person either. So it's like limiting my hopes for it. But you never know.
Yeah.
I mean, we got
I'm
Frankenstein coming out. We got a new Frankenstein, right? Coming out like next month.
I'll pass on that
December,
one.
something like
Now,
that.
I know that's Blumhouse, but I want to see it. Frankenstein is one of my favorite monsters. I love that
I love Abbott and
story.
Costello meet Frankenstein. Actually, that's a favorite, and that's a
Yeah,
good old
that's a
movie.
good one.
I love all the Abbott and Costello movies. I used to watch a lot of those movies when I was a kid with my dad. I loved Abbott and Costello.
I think
all there meets Dracula, meets the Wolfman, meets all those movies when they meet the monsters. It's so funny.
I'm gonna have to go through this to root for dollar theater.
Was he in the RoboCop remake? I was never a RoboCop fan.
He
so
was.
See the remake at all. He was. He really should be talking trash.
Well, you have to understand something. My ex wanted RoboCop. He wanted the original, but the movie that we found, we couldn't find which one it was. It didn't have any dates or anything on it, and it looked similar to the original one.
Oh, okay.
Because we looked it up, and
oh, that's great.
you come to find out it was the remake, and that's we had bought it, and that's how we watched it. But we finally found the original one, and we watched it. But yeah.
Cool. So how was the remake?
Look at all this chase down in the crypt, and they're both
I was just
hats.
looking up a few times, and then that shot of him in the coffin is really cool.
Careful going over there. That's where that the Transylvania gnat was at.
I knew you were coming out with a gnat thing. I was waiting to see what it was. I knew it was a gnat thing coming up. I felt the presence in the scene of a gnat.
That's right.
That's what it was.
That's where we first saw.
You look at the screen. I was like, yeah. So it's like it totally went full circle there. I'd be a lot more in a hurry though to like stake the shit out of him or something.
Hell yeah, I'd be staking him.
Much more. The movie would be a half hour long at most. Either because I succeed in killing him fast or I get my ass murdered immediately. It could go either way.
Breaking the spell. What the hell am I doing here? Why is this gnat on me?
The question she's pondering.
Yes.
Yeah, Gary Oldman, he's taken some stupid roles, yeah, but he's such an excellent actor.
Call everybody. Who? Everybody. What do you mean? Everybody.
Everybody. I love the captions. Groaning stops.
Yeah.
Mina screaming. The whole crypt setting, I mean, looks fantastic, especially for back then. And that's what I didn't want to speak too soon before I knew. But yeah, Del Toro is doing the Frankenstein, right? So
yeah, I don't know why.
There's a plus side.
You know what? See, he never listens to anybody. To me, it's like, okay, let me ask you, Del Toro, and be honest to God about the. What do you hear more from people when they come talk to you? Do you hear them more talk about fucking Frankenstein, or do you hear them to sell you to get off your ass and do another Pacific Rim? Honest to hell, what do you hear more feedback from? Because if you say you're sitting there,
probably not Frankenstein. Probably not Frankenstein.
Nobody wants to. Nobody wants.
I guarantee you, it's not Frankenstein.
No, it's not fucking Frankenstein.
Especially from a talent like Del Toro.
No. They rather see fucking Frankenberry than Frankenstein. You know, but it just pisses me off. Yeah, I'm gonna go make another Frankenstein. Why? Nobody cares.
I mean, that's because that's the age we live in now, and it ended, right?
We had two really great actors, and Anthony Hopkins and Benicio del Toro, two great actors. They went ahead and they made The Wolfman, and that movie struggled. That movie struggled, and those are two really good. I mean, the thing is, they just now, I guess they over in the UK. I guess they did another. They did yet another. Stop me if you've heard this before. They did another Robin Hood, and it's like, oh my God, nobody cares. Nobody wants to see the fucking
I haven't
Robin
cared about
Hood.
Robin Hood since the first movie or whatever that I saw as a kid, and never watched anything again to do with it.
You
I
made the
get
perfect
the story. Rich, take the
made-
money from the rich, give them the poor. That's it. That's good enough for me. Once.
Yeah, it's like King Arthur. Look, they already made the perfect King Arthur movie. You can't improve on Excalibur. Leave it alone. Shit.
Now some movies live in the age of remakes and legacy sequels and everything. It's kind of like been, because the 80s were. We'll start from the 80s. Just the 80s were just a golden period for horror. And then the 90s were kind of hit or miss, but it was more like the VHS decade at the beginning because everything was just going direct, and we got so many horror movies direct to video like nonstop. And with the VHS stores and Blockbuster and stuff reigning, that was a pretty good first half of the decade, the 90s, for horror, but not great compared to the decades prior. Then when we got to the 2000s is when you started getting a lot of remakes, and we got a ton of slasher remakes and everything. Then the 2010s, for the most part, was starting to shy away from that for the last half of it. But now, again, in the last like 5-6 years, we're back in a remake heaven or hell, whatever way you want to look at it, of just getting them constantly.
I'm gonna say something. Really I know that there's a lot of remakes happening, but even when you get original stuff that is new out there in the thing, there's always movie being made about Dracula, Frankenstein, Godzilla, and King Kong.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because they're huge. They're cash cows. Me and Pat were talking before we went live about like the estates of the people who own these monsters, the rights to these monsters, like Mary Shelley's estate for like Frankenstein, and Bram Stoker's estate with Dracula, and like all of that. And just like imagine all the costumes on Halloween alone, like how you were saying, that go out there and stuff, and people that dress up like that. It's got to be insane. Like, and they know that they're just never ending. You know, it's always going to be a money maker with those monsters. It always is. Look at the King Kong movies we've been getting the last few years, and Godzilla and Godzilla versus Kong.
I don't mind the gods. I don't mind the gods. I don't mind I don't mind the Japanese, Godzilla. I really don't like the Godzilla. I really don't like that. I think it's dog meat.
The one with Brendan Fraser was all right. Just that's because I grew up with it when it came out, and I haven't seen him forever. But that one was all right. Yes,
which one
was it with Brendan Fraser? From what? No,
I love those
Godzilla. Or is it Matthew Broderick? Matthew Broderick, I'm thinking of. Right?
Oh, Matthew. Oh, you're talking about the one.
Okay. Yeah, I was confusing the Mummy with that one. Yeah, Matthew Broderick one. It's not great, but I remember it. I remember it growing up.
It's like the Superman 4 of Godzilla movies.
Pretty much. I mean, I haven't seen as many Godzilla movies, but
and just like the Godzilla and King Kong movies, they're just no. I just can't. I just I try watching them, and I sit there starting with Kong Island. Kong Island is it's god awful stupid. It's so.
I haven't seen any of those sequels. Any King Kong besides
I didn't mind
the original, the remake from the 70s, and the Peter Jackson remake.
The problem with the American Godzilla movies is the fact they got some of the characters, the Titans or whatever they hit. Remember the Titans? The Titans idea is just like, Jesus Christ. It's like, didn't you bought the fucking rights to these characters? Did you not look at the back history? Did you not? I mean, they have King Ghidorah, which is the nemesis, which is the boss monster, and they have him as a minion. they have they have that's just like I'm just like I don't get it. 1-on-1, King Ghidorah probably killed King Kong, kill him.
Right.
But yeah, it's just like I don't get it. And then the first Godzilla movie, the Mutos. I mean, could you get even more generic than that? I mean, seriously, could you get more generic? You couldn't bring back one monster to come back and that we all know.
You would think they would be doing that like crazy. I'm surprised they haven't been doing that with Godzilla, like remaking all the Godzilla versus Mothra, Godzilla versus this one, the Godzilla Mechagodzilla, like remaking all of that shit. I could see them doing that. Maybe anyone watching this in the film world at some point, don't take my ideas, please, but watch that they'll do that. And the next 5-10 years, you'll get a new Godzilla versus something remake every year or two.
I mean, they try to do a good job at world building. The thing was they Kong Island was just really, really bad. I mean, that was
I haven't seen that movie, Professor.
See, although Frankenstein hit its peak with Roger Corman's Frankenstein Unbound, it has time travel, a talking car, John Hurt bagging Mary Shelley.
John Hurt. I feel like I've seen that.
Yeah.
Because
I think if you're going to talk,
about Corman, I feel like
if we're going to talk about Frankenstein has more room to wiggle. Because I personally, and I said that I were talking about this yesterday, I personally love I Frankenstein. I thought that was a fun movie with Aaron Eckhart. I dug it. It had that underworld. It had that underworld vibe to it.
That's another series. Underworld. I haven't seen the original in years, but I never got into the sequels. I never saw any of the sequels.
Man, I like them movies. Of course, the third one isn't about vampires. The majority of the movie's about the werewolf.
Have you seen Kate Beckinsale?
Yeah, that's right. They delve into all that.
Have you guys seen Kate Beckinsale these days?
I haven't.
No, what she been doing?
She could drop on 10,000 feet and float to a shore. She's got so much Botox in her. She's had so much. She has so much surgery on her face. You won't even recognize her. I didn't recognize. I saw a picture of her. I didn't recognize.
You mean like the catfish look with the catfish lips and that are over big and shit like that look.
Oh Lord!
I call it catfish. It's in one of my fake trailers. For some reason, in those fake trailers, I've made multiple jokes about Botox and plastic surgery on celebrities for some reason. But yeah, it's like a catfish how they look, like Joan Rivers before she died, how she was looking.
Joan Rivers.
Like, oh,
Kathy Griffin now.
Yeah. Oh God, she was never good. I mean, Kathy Griffin. She was so annoying. I never liked Kathy Griffin. Jesus Christ.
She could float. You could drop her in the ocean. She float.
The best thing she ever did was being her annoying self on Seinfeld, like back in the day. But she's like being the annoying little hello Jerry, like I'm like the kooky comedian, like she's still annoying shit, but at least she's playing her annoying self.
Yeah,
can't stand her. But all right, I'm gonna end this because I'm trying to save on these hours leading up to Halloween as much as I can. No, actually, because it's cool because I found out that the hours reset on the 28th. So I might not have to jack up and pay for $45 for the month because that's like halfway through the week. I might have to. It don't matter. But I'm gonna make.
But I'll catch up. I'll catch up with you on Facebook, JT, and we'll get together and we'll talk about the Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, we'll get and that idea. Yeah, that Clash of the Titans idea.
Yeah, let's do that.
That's a cool idea. I want to talk.
All right, I'm out of here. This was fun. Good seeing you, Nanette.
Awesome.
Awesome.
And everybody, everyone watching, thank you. This is Patrick, the cat, the cheetah, over from Have Cheetah Will View. Subscribe to him if you are not, and same with Nanette's channel. And we got Alien later with Agoraphobe and Syntheside at 11 p.m. So, all right, guys, everyone have a good day.
You get rated.
Maybe we'll get like an that was funny. Maybe we'll get like an alien visitation though from like outer space during the stream.
I think that's guaranteed. That there will be some creatures. Yes, on your panel, there's definitely be some creatures there tonight.
All right, good. We're gonna make sure. I'm gonna be looking up in space. I'm just gonna put a laser on the roof and just like wave a UFO.
Now just remember, everybody watch Jonesy in that movie because that's the acting job. That's the best acting job. That's right.
Awesome, guys. All right, thanks again for joining, Pat, Nan. Thank you guys, and everyone in the chat. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you later tonight.
Bye.